this is a town hall meeting, so I want to hear from you, but let me just very quickly point out some things that, if we get serious, if we overcome our divisions, if we have an honest conversation with each other, we can start tackling right now. There is no reason why we can't stop talking about the outrage of 47 million people without health insurance and start doing something about it. I put forward a plan that says every single American, if you've got health insurance, will work with your employers to lower your premiums by $2,500 per family per year. If you don't have health insurance, you will be able to buy into a government plan that's similar to the one I have as a member of Congress. There will be no exclusions for pre-existing conditions. We will subsidize you if you can't afford it. We will emphasize preventive care, so we have a health care system and not a disease care system. And we will do this not 20 years from now or 10 years from now. We can do it by the end of my first term as President of the United States. There is no reason why we can't move boldly in the direction of energy independence. The notion that we're sending $1 billion to other countries every day, when we could cap the emission of greenhouse gases that are causing global warming, take billions of dollars, reinvest them in solar and wind and biodiesel, putting people back to work, building windmills and solar panels and creating alternative fuels that would employ millions of Americans for decades to come. The reason we're not doing it is we're not bold enough. We don't have a sense of urgency about it, not because we don't have the technical capacity to start doing these things. It requires us to invest in science and research. You need a president who believes in science, because we haven't had one for the last 5 years. And that's what's going to grow this economy. But we also need a president who believes in an economy that's balanced and fair. We've got a short-term crisis with our economy. We've got to loosen the credit markets that are locked up. And so we've got to deal with the home mortgage crisis. And I've got very specific plans for that. But even as we deal with the short-term problems, we've got a long-term problem. I believe in the free market. I believe in capitalism. I believe in entrepreneurship. But when you've got a CEO of a company making more than 10 minutes than ordinary workers are making in an entire year, and the CEO is the one getting the tax break, and ordinary workers are getting nothing, and if the company goes belly up, the CEO gets a golden parachute, and the worker loses his or her pension, something is wrong, something's not fair about that, and we've got to change the way the economy works, so it works for all people. So what does that mean? We're going to take away tax breaks from companies that are shipping jobs overseas. Give those tax breaks to companies that are investing here in the United States of America. We're going to make sure that our trade agreements have labor standards, and environmental standards, and safety standards, so that our workers aren't being undermined and our consumers aren't being put in danger. We're going to invest in infrastructure, roads and bridges, but also broadband lines, so that all of us can participate in the internet superhighway, and making sure that we're investing in the science and research that will keep the economy on the cutting edge. And by the way, we can do that if we stop spending $10 to $12 billion every month in Iraq. We can start spending that money right here at home, rebuilding this economy.